Digital Slang. It has been a very long time since we have checked out a pair of AirPod Pro clones. Today we're going to check out the SuperPods 5, the latest pair of clones, AirPod Pro clones. You know, I wanted to check these out with the release of the AirPods 3 coming up next week and maybe another version of the AirPod Pros. I wanted to see how far these have come along since I've tried these last. So the SuperPods 5, we're going to check it out. You saw the quick unboxing in the beginning of the video. Now, as far as packaging goes, these things are a one-to-one. I could not tell them apart from the real deal. The pull tab on here, I mean, everything is an exact copy. The packaging, you would not be able to tell it apart. And that goes for what is inside of the box. You know, all the paperwork is legit. USB Type-C to Lightning. The exact silicone tips from the real AirPod Pros. All a one-to-one. So let's put this stuff to the side and take a look at the SuperPods 5. So now these do have the exact same weight as the real ones. Wireless charging, Bluetooth 5.0. We do have the writing on the inside of the lid. We do have the, you know, that lid, that hinge that we like. The back, the text on the back, just like on the real ones, with the metal hinge on the back of the lid. So in every way, the one LED light here on the front, the USB port on the bottom, and again, these do support wireless charging. And if we take these out, an exact copy in every way, all the way down to the silicone tips. Take this one off so you can see an exact match to the originals. Now, I've had these for a while now, but I've had to keep them separate from the originals when I test them because it is almost impossible for me to tell them apart unless I put them in my ears and listen to them. But just looking at everything, there's no way to tell them apart. So they've nailed it one-to-one in every single way as far as how they look, how they feel. The only way you can tell is, well, we'll get into the video and I'll explain how that works, but I'm going to show you how they connect and we'll go from there. Now, of course, we're looking for that pop-up window when we connect. We're going to open up the lid and it's going to pop up. Now your AirPods Pro, we hit connect. We hold the button on the back and it will start to blink here. It will start to spin here, connecting. And we are connected. And the exact same animation you're going to get on the real ones. So we'll skip this. Now, spatial audio, you can see it does say spatial audio here. Now, that is one way you can tell these apart. Now, what's funny about this is see and hear how it works. So if I throw these in my ears, it will test spatial audio right now. And if I put it on stereo mode, it will play it in stereo. And if I put it on spatial audio, it does switch it to sound like spatial audio. But unfortunately, that is as far as it goes. It doesn't have access. It's not going to go to a song and title and give you spatial audio. It's not going to work. The test in the beginning does work, but actual spatial audio on here, it does not work. So just be aware of that. We do get the real battery percentages of the charging case as well as the phone. If we hit done, go out of here, go back into the menu system in Bluetooth settings, and we click on Digital Slang's AirPod Pros. We hit the info button and you can see you can go in, you can rename noise cancellation, off, transparency mode. All of those do work and you can control them from force touching on your earbuds. Right now I am in transparency mode and we'll talk about how good ANC and transparency mode are on these pair of clones here. Your left and your right, these do work as well. You can control what you want to do with force touch. Noise control, scroll between noise cancellation, transparency, or turn it off, and that's how it is out of the box. Or you can turn on your voice assistant and have Siri. Your ear tip fit test. Now, this is not a real test. It will go in and it will play the exact sound, the real song in my head, well, in my ears, but everything I do, ear tip fit test results, good seal. If we do that again, let's go back in there, ear tip fit test, and we play it again, and I take both out, it's still going to give me a good seal. So not a real ear tip fit test on this pair of clones. Automatic ear detection, you can turn that on and off, and this does work if you are playing music. You pull your earbud out, it will pause it, and once you put it back in, it will start to play it automatically. And here is your spatial audio. You can turn it on, but unfortunately it's not going to do anything if you try and use it. You can hear what it actually sounds like in the test, but that's as far as it goes. Not going to work. Your microphone, of course, leave that the way it is, like always. And then it does give you a model name, a model number, a serial name, and then the version. Now you're not going to get any firmware updates. You're not going to be able to do any updates on this pair of clones. Now, the rest of the specs on these earbuds: Bluetooth 5.0, ANC, transparency mode. Again, spatial audio does not work. Battery life on these earbuds is around 3.5 hours. These do support wireless charging, in-ear detection. Hey Siri does work. Now you do have to enable Hey Siri on your left earbud. If you squeeze it 4 times, it will activate it and it will allow Hey Siri to work. It does not work directly out of the box. You do have to go in and activate it. Overall, again, we're going to go through everything now. We're going to do a mic test, do all that stuff so you guys can get a better idea of how these are. And again, price on these, $69. The SuperPods 5.0, the latest and maybe the last version of AirPod Pro clones we are going to get, because I'm sure once the AirPods 3 come out, we're going to start getting clones of those. So I don't expect these to get that much better. Right now, these are the best clones that I've ever tested. So let's go in. We're going to do a mic test so you guys can hear the mic. All right, guys, the mic test is SuperPods 5, the last pair of clones for the AirPod Pros that I will probably test. I don't think I'll see these again moving forward. I'll probably get some in for the next pair, the AirPods 3. But the mics, how does the mic sound? Let me know, guys. What do you think of the mic? Now, when it comes to delay, if you're just watching content, YouTube videos, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and, well, videos, you're not going to really experience any delay. I did notice it every now and then I would just, fast forward and it would catch up and right itself. But playing games on here, you do notice a slight delay. I wouldn't recommend playing Call of Duty or anything like that. Candy Crush and the other games, you're going to be fine. Anything heavier than that, you're going to find that you do have a little bit of delay, unfortunately. Next, I want to show you how the touch controls work. And again, these are force touch, just like the real ones. So if we do hit play and we force touch once on the right, and it will pause, and we do it again, it will play. If we double tap, goes to the next track. And if we triple tap, goes back to the previous track. And if we touch and hold, this is what you can set inside of the settings. You can have it either activate your voice assistant, or you can have it scroll through ANC transparency mode and just turn it off, basically. So no volume control on here. Again, just like the real AirPods Pro, no volume control, unfortunately. And on the left side, the earbuds, the touch controls, or the force touch, it does do the exact same thing. So now if you want to activate Hey Siri, it's 4 times on the left earbud. And if you just say Hey Siri, it does beep in your ear, and then it will pop up and your voice assistant will come up. And you can shut it back off if you want to by squeezing it 4 more times. It is a voice prompt. It will come on and tell you that it's deactivated or activated, whatever one you choose to keep on. So I like that. And I do have to say, the force touch on these earbuds are the best I've ever used on a pair of clones. Works very well. You don't have to search for that spot. You know right where to touch, wherever that groove is on the stem, and it does work just as good, in my opinion, as the real deal. So very impressive what they did here with the touch controls. Now, let's talk about ANC and transparency mode. Transparency mode on here, think entry level. It's okay. It's not the greatest, nowhere near what the original sound like. Think of the price point on these earbuds, $60, $69. It's kind of entry level when it comes to transparency mode on earbuds today, and that's what we get here. It's not bad. It does let in some outside noise, but you also get that white noise when you are using it. It's not really digitally sounding. It's just not that powerful. Now, the ANC on these earbuds, I think it's a little better than entry-level ANC. It's pretty good. It takes out a lot. Most of the low-end rumbles you're going to hear. You're still going to hear voices if you're watching TV, but when your AC kicks on or when your heater kicks on in your house, it's going to take out probably 90-95% of that noise, all of the noise from the heater or the AC. So the ANC on here is pretty good, and the transparency mode on here is kind of entry level. So not bad, again, what they did with these earbuds. Now, let's talk about sound quality on these earbuds, the SuperPods 5. Sound quality is good as far as volume. Plenty of volume on here. I can listen to these right around 90%. I can turn them all the way up and then just dial it back, and I usually stay right around 90%. Maybe one notch more of volume would be good, but it might be overkill for a lot of people. But you guys know how I like my music. And as far as the sound quality, they're pretty good. You know, again, this is where we get into, think the price point. They're better than a lot of earbuds I tested at this price point, but then there are some earbuds like the Earphone 3 Pro that just sound better. These are mids and highs kind of stand out. There's some bass, and you can hear the bass, but you can definitely tell that it takes a back seat to the mids and the highs. And I think the highs stand out more than anything on these earbuds. Overall, it's not a bad sound. I don't mind. I can listen to it. But every now and then, depending on the song, you know, if there's too much of a voice in that song, I kind of like, I'm almost to the point where I got to lower the volume because the highs are just too much, almost piercing. But if you get a hip hop song or something, it sounds really good. Not bad with the sound quality. I wish the highs were dialed back just a little bit on these earbuds. And if you go into the EQ system on the iPhone in the settings, it actually makes the sound quality worse. So I've tried the EQ settings inside of the iPhone settings, and it doesn't really do much. Whenever I change it in the EQ settings, it actually loses volume and loses sound quality. So if you're thinking about changing how it sounds inside of the app or inside of the default EQ on the iPhone, it does not work on these earbuds. You know, how they sound out of the box, that's what you're going to get. But overall, the sound quality is not bad. I don't mind it. I can listen to these and have no problem. Again, if you like highs and mids, you're going to like these more so. But there is still bass on here. It's not like they don't have bass. It's just the highs stand out more than anything else. And the volume, again, maybe one more notch, but not bad. So look, the SuperPods 5, battery life, you know, it's not that good. 3.5 hours of battery life. And that's with ANC off. So it's going to be less than that with ANC on. So battery life is not really good. Wireless charging, you do have wireless charging on here. The ANC is better than entry level. Transparency mode, think entry level. Sound quality is good, not great. Volume wise, we just talked about the mics. Let me know what you guys think of the microphones. But I will say, if I had to pick out of all the clones that I've tested, you know, and I've tested a lot, these are definitely the best clones that I've tested. You know, I've tested earbuds in this price range that, you know, if these were branded differently or just came and were sent from a different company and they didn't look like AirPods, but they had all the features that they have, you know, I would say they're a good deal at $69 for a pair of earbuds that have all of the things that these things offer. So not bad. Probably the last pair of AirPod clones I will ever test. You know, we'll see what happens with the AirPods 3, but the SuperPods 5, I'll drop a link below, guys. But that's it. The best pair of clones I've ever tested. Yeah, I would say so. But that's it, guys. I'll be back soon. Enjoy your night and have a good week. Peace.